About 30,000 foals are born in the United States every year. Now, only the top 20 make it to the Kentucky Derby if their connections are lucky. No stone is left unturned to find the next baby champion.
I bought this farm in 1986, and it was just a hayfield. Built that barn, and all of a sudden I was in the horse business. I had always been enamored with it. The day I got my driver's license, I drove to the Keeneland summer sale. And Leslie Combs pulled up in this limo from here to the barn, 40 feet, and I had to dive in the bushes to live because he was going in there to... So I've always loved those early days of Sheikh Mohammed and Magner and Vincent O'Brien and horses bringing $1 million and nobody even looking to see who it was, you know. So I always liked that. I just was sort of drawn in. I was just drawn in. What I was going to tell you, my first horse that I owned with Morris Miller, my first race horse, was a Mr. Prospector filly out of a mare named Swing Time, and we bought, she was named Deposit. And her first race in 1986, fall of 1986, was my first race, and she won. And my dad was there, and it was just like, oh man, it was crazy. Anyway, I've just been in it ever since. I've just been a fool for it. We don't do a lot of intervention. We let them do what they're going to do. And it may not always be the best thing commercially, but I think it turns out to be the best thing for the horse in the long run.
And the long run is what matters, right? It takes 3 years to get them to the Kentucky Derby.
Alice Chandler always says, do what's right for the horse and you'll do good for yourself. So I believe that. It starts in the foaling barn, and you get a big foal and you can dream the dream.
We're in the barn where the Kentucky Derby winner, American Pharoah, was foaled, right?
Yes.
Can you show us where it happened?
Immediately right behind you.
Right here?
Right there. These are our foaling stalls, right here. This is my maternity barn. And maternity barn is here. Stork barn, whatever you want to call it, because I live here. I live right there. I come to all the foalings. My night guy calls me when they're intimate, easy for me to say, and then I come down and hopefully everything goes well.
Tell us about his mom. The mom...
Little Princess Emma.
From what I understand, she was named after one of Mr. Zayat's daughter, Emma.
Mr. Zayat's youngest daughter, youngest child, is Emma. So he named a lot of his horses are named for family members. I had Mr. Zayat's mares mainly for about 3 years. She came, I think, in 2010, and Mr. Zayat's mares were all fillies off the racetrack, horses that he had bought to run as racehorses that retired and came home, and that was his mares. So anyway, she was an expensive yearling, a beautiful liver chestnut, really attractive gal, and so these fillies would come off the track, and then we would breed them to Mr. Zayat's stallions, which were Pioneer of the Nile, Maimonides, now Painter.
And was she an easy mare? Was she easy to take care of? And how easy was the foaling?
Extremely. You know, when the horse got to be famous last year, of course, I went back immediately to see if there was anything that triggered in my brain. And sometimes the most remarkable thing is that there was nothing remarkable. You know, that's what somebody said, well, when did you know he was going to be the Derby winner? I was like, well, I knew he was going to be the Derby winner about the 16th foal, when the horse in the pink firing line had acted like he'd had about enough. So that's when I knew.
And how did it feel?
Oh, my God. It was so... Well, we were in their box, or right beside their box, and of course they're all going nuts, and you know, we were so excited for them. But yeah, it felt really great to have some ownership of that horse and the process. And if we didn't do our job, nobody else would have gotten the chance to do theirs. So yeah, it was an awesome experience.
You've bred some pretty special horses already.
Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. You know, there's a lot of luck involved. A lot of luck to get them there. But we have a dedicated staff. We have great land. The clients give you the opportunity, Mr. Zayat. So, yeah, it's a team thing. Mr. Zayat is He's a brilliant guy. He reads everything. He sees everything. He's a sponge for information and workout times and what horses cost and pedigrees, and he loves to gamble, and he's in it. He's invested heavily in it, and yeah, he's passionate. He is a passionate man about his horses.